Hello students, so today we will be starting with another new topic. The new topic name is Tertiary and Quaternary activities. So this chapter is present in the part 1 book of Geography class 12, and here we will be starting with the new chapter. You see, we will be understanding about trade and commerce. Now what do you mean by trade and commerce? Trade is essentially buying and selling of items produced elsewhere. All the services in retail and wholesale trading or commerce are specifically intended for profit. All this work takes place in towns and cities are known as trading centers. Now, what do you mean by trading centers? You see here commerce and trading center where business are being carried out, where goods are taken from one place to another. These are all related to trading and commerce first of all. And second of all, what do you mean by trade? Trade means buying and selling of items. You see the goods are being bought and then sold to different parts of the world or different parts to the localities. So this is a part of trade. Also on the other hand, why this trading is being carried out? The trading is being carried out for the terms of profit. To earn profit only the trading is being carried out first of all. And second of all, you see in the cities and towns. In the cities and towns where the trading is being carried out, this is known as the trading center. The rise of trading from barter at the local level to money exchange of international scale has produced many centers and institutions as trading centers or collection and distribution points. Now, if I talk about trading, you see, first of all, there was a barter system. There was the barter system and then came the money. From the money exchange only, there come the international trading. Slowly, there are many centers and institutes of trading centers. There are many centers and institutions that were opened under trading centers so that people can earn more profit and more employment can be given to the people. Also, on the other hand, trading can be divided into rural and urban marketing center. Rural marketing center cater to nearby settlement. These are quasi-urban center. Here, personal and professional services are not well developed. Here, very important, we will be understanding about rural and urban marketing center. First comes the rural and urban marketing centers. Now, what do you mean by the rural and urban marketing center? First of all, in the rural marketing center, here most of the goods were being produced and being given to the locality itself. Only the local people will be doing those trading, which means the goods were being bought from the local people and then it will be sold to the local area or the local centers of those places. In the rural villages or in the rural towns only, they were being sold, they were being catered out to the people around. So this is also known as quasi-urban centers. The rural centers are also known as quasi-urban centers, first of all. And second of all, here personal and professional services are not well developed. Here, personal and professional services are not well developed in quasi-urban centers or in the rural center. But if I talk about this form, local collecting and distributing center, most of this have mandis and also retailing areas. Now, in the rural urban centers, how rural urban centers business are being carried out? With the help of mandis and small retailing areas. There are mandis and small retailing areas, or the vendors are also there who are actually selling those products from house to house or from one place to another. So these are the characteristic of the quasi-urban areas, or you can say is the rural marketing. Now, periodic markets in rural areas are found where there are no regular markets, and local periodic markets are organized at different temporal intervals. This may be weekly, bi-weekly markets from where people from the surrounding areas meet their temporary accumulated demands. These markets are held on specified dates and move from one place to another. Now, here, if I talk about rural areas, in rural areas, periodic markets are more common. Periodic markets are more common in rural areas, and also there are no regular markets. You can say that there are a static market, but the markets are very much of a periodic kind. Also, this may be weekly, bi-weekly markets from where people from the surrounding areas meet their temporary accumulated demands. Now here, if I talk about the demands of the people in rural areas, here the professional services or the personal services are not well developed. Also, on the other hand, these are all periodic markets, which means they are bi-weekly, weekly, or days after days. But there is no static market. As a result, those people only buy those products which have, like, daily accumulated demands. For daily needs only, they will be buying those products. These markets are held on specified dates and move from one place to another. So you see, these markets are mobile, which means they will be moving from one place to another. Now, urban marketing. Urban marketing centers have more widely specialized urban services. They provide ordinary goods and services as well as many of specialized goods and services required by people. urban centers offered manufactured goods as well as many specialized markets developed. Now, if I talk about urban marketing centers, very important, urban marketing centers actually provide specialized urban services. They provide specialized urban services first of all, and second of all, they provide ordinary goods and services that are of specialized goods and services. Now, rural marketing. If I talk about rural marketing, there the services are not very good in comparison to the urban marketing. Now, in urban centers, there the professional services and personal services are very much good, and the market is much of a static kind. They are not temporary, but they are very much static. Also, on the other hand, they have specialized services. They have specialized services and specialized goods were being bought and sold to the people around. Also, urban centers offer manufactured goods as well as many specialized markets developed. Example, markets for labor, housing, rent, semi or finished products. Services of educational institution and professionals such as teacher, lawyer, consultants, physician, dentist and veterinary doctors are available. Now, here, there are specialized markets. In the urban marketing center, there are specialized markets, and those specialized markets actually develop. Example, for markets for labor, housing, rent, semi or finished goods. Now, services of educational institution. There are services of educational institution and professional services are also there. Now, what are those professional services such as teacher, lawyers, consultants are there, veterinary doctor, dentist, physicians. They are all under the urban centers. Under the urban marketing center only, the professional services are very much of a specialized kind or of a utilized kind. And also on the other hand, here there are markets for labor. Here are markets for labor, housing, rent, semi or finished products. You see these markets for labor, rent, these are mostly common in the urban centers. Also on the other hand, there are semi-finished goods or finished products can be sold to the people around under the urban marketing centers. I hope so. You have understood the difference between the rural marketing and the urban marketing. Now we have come into this page. So our academy has introduced new courses for the high secondary arts and commerce, and if you want to know more details regarding the high secondary arts and commerce, you can join the official WhatsApp group. In the official WhatsApp group, you will be knowing the daily class updates. The daily class updates, important announcement, code details and notification, and also exam alerts and study materials. And if you want to join the official WhatsApp group, you can click on the link on the description section itself. The link is present in the description section itself. From the description section, you will be clicking the link and you will be joining the official WhatsApp group. And if you want to know more of the courses regarding our institute or academy, then you can contact us in this number 8638391721. Now, communication services. Now, what do you mean by the communication services? Communication services involve the transmission of words and messages, facts and ideas, the invention of writing, preserved messages, and help to make communication dependent on means of transport. Now, what do you mean by communication services? You see, transmission of messages and words. Transmission of messages and words through those communication services are known to be unknown to be as the communication services, which means the transmission of words and messages and also facts and information. You see, communication services can be anything. It can be through mobile phones also, it can be through email also on the other hand, it can be through WhatsApp also. This all comes under the communication services, and one of the important example is the internet. The invention of writing preserved messages and helped to make communication dependent on means of transport. These were actually carried by hand, animals, boat, road, rail and air. That is why all forms of transport are referred to as the lines of communication, where the transport network is efficient, communications are easily disseminated. Now, invention of writing. When writing was first being discovered, during that time most of the information, facts and figures were being preserved through the writing itself, and those writing were being transferred from one place to another with the help of the lines of communication. During that time, you see, long time ago, if I tell you about the historical period, during that time birds are there. Birds were considered to be as the messenger. With the help of boats, with the help of people, only those messages were being transferred. And in the medieval period, there was postman. So people used to wait for hours for the postman to get the information, to get letters from their loved ones. So these are all lines of communication. Also, now the network has become efficient. The network has become efficient. For that reason only, information are being sent from one place to another. Certain developments such as mobile telephone and satellite have made communication independent of transport. All forms are not fully disassociated because of the cheapness of the older system. Thus, very large volumes of mail continue to be handled by post offices all over the world. Now, there are certain developments, as I have told you, regarding mobile phones, regarding telephones and satellite are also there. Once satellites, mobile phones, telephones came into existence, so the information sending was becoming much more efficient. Also, on the other hand, all forms are not fully disassociated because of the cheapness of the older system. Now, some forms are there which were not efficient due to the cheapness of the older system. The older system was not much probable. The older system was not much probable. So, as a result, communication has become very advanced. Thus, very large volumes of mail continue to be handled. Now, till now also during that time, I need to say, volumes of mail continued to be handled by post offices all over the world. So volumes of mail during that time, there were so much volumes of mail that post office also was not able to handle those letters, those postal services. So as a result, after the communication came into existence, for example the telephone, the mobile phones, now everything has become very efficient. And the post office people were also out of the burden. Now, here we will be understanding about telecommunication. You see, the use of telecommunication is linked to the development of electrical technology. It has revolutionized communication because of the speed with which messages are sent. The time reduced is from weeks to minutes, and recent advancements like mobiles have made communication direct and instantaneous at any time from anywhere. Now, use of telecommunication. The use of telecommunication is related to the electrical technology. It is related to the electrical technology first of all. It has revolutionized communication because of the speed with which messages are sent. Now, due to the existence of telecommunication, it has revolutionized the communication. It has advanced the communication. So as a result, the sending of information has become very efficient. Also, the time reduced is from weeks to minutes, and recent advancements like mobile phone have made communication direct and instantaneous at any time and from anywhere. Now, the time has reduced. Before it has been days, but right now it has been converted into minutes. Slowly, the time is reducing just because for the revolutionary of the telecommunication. Now, radio and television also help to relay news, pictures, and telephone calls to vast audiences around the world, and hence they are termed as mass media. Now, after the mobile phone, before we have understood about the radio and television, you see, during the 1800s, radio was being invented. Radio was being invented, and slowly there was the existence of television. After the coming of radio and television, people have started to know more information about the world. Here radio comes and television comes, which actually help to relay news, pictures and telephones. Also, on the other hand, here there are the vast audiences around the world, and hence they are termed as mass media. They are vital for advertising and entertainment. Newspapers are able to cover events in all over the world. Now, newspapers, here come the newspapers. We have understood about radio, here we have understood about television. Now here the existence of newspaper comes. Now, newspapers are actually very much able to cover all the events that are all over the corner of the world. Here newspaper also gives much information about the information regarding all corners of the world, and satellite communication relays information of the earth and from the space. The internet has truly revolutionized the global communication system. Here comes the satellite communication. After the radio, television and newspaper comes the satellite communication. From the satellite communication relays information of the earth and from the space itself. From the satellite communication, what we come to know about the earth, about the space. From the earth and space, with the help of the satellite communication, we know more about our space, you can say. Now, the internet has truly revolutionized the global communication system. The main comes the internet. So you see, internet plays a very important role to give more information regarding our space, regarding the people around. Also, on the other hand, about the other parts of the world as well. With the help of internet, our world has become very much small, and globalization has been the most important process with the help of the internet. Here, services. Now, at last, we will be understanding about services. That what do you mean by services? Services occur at different levels. Some are geared to industry, some to people, and some to both industry and people. example. The transport system, low order services such as grocery shops and laundries are more common and widespread than high order services or more specialized ones like those of accountants, consultants and physicians. Now services, what do you mean by services? If we provide any services, if we are providing some of the courses to the people, these are also a part of services. Also on the other hand, you see services can be both industry and with the help of the people. So services can be provided by both the people as well, with the help of the industry as well, and with the help of the institute. So low order services such as grocery shops and laundries are common and widespread than high order services or more specialized ones. Now, if I talk about services, services are divided into two kinds. There are low order services, there are high order services. Now the low order services, if I talk about the low order services like the grocery shops are there, the retail shops are there. These are the examples of the low order services. And if I talk about the high order services, the specialized services like teacher, doctor, veterinary services, these are all example of the high order services. Now, services are provided to individual consumers who can afford to pay them. For example, the gardener, the launderers, and the barber do primarily physical work. Teachers, lawyer, physician, musician, and other perform mental labor. Now, for example, if I talk about services here, with the help of services, you see the gardener, launderers, and the barber do primarily physical work. Here, for example, the gardener, the launderers, and the barber. Now, physical labor is there. The physical labor is being performed by the gardener. The laborers are there who actually make the houses, and also you can say the barber. They do the physical work. Now, the job of the teacher is mental work. This is mental labor. The teachers, the scientists are there. The musicians, the physicians, they are doing what? They are doing the mental labor. So, physical labor is there, mental labor is there, in which services are being divided. Many services have now been regulated, making and maintaining highways, bridges, maintaining the firefighting departments, and supplying or supervising education. Customer care are among the important services most often supervised or performed by the government of companies. Now, if I talk about the governments, the big institutes, the companies, they are also actually maintaining or guiding the services. Now, what are those services? You see, making the highways, making the bridges. There are so many highways. The infrastructure. The infrastructure is also a kind of service. Actually, it is a service, first of all. And second of all, firefighting department. This is also a service. And giving knowledge. As a teacher, I am giving knowledge. This is also I am performing a service. Also, on the other hand, supplying and supervising education, this is also a part of service. So these are some of the services are there which are being operated by the government itself and also with the help of the institute. Now, state and union legislation have established cooperation to supervise and control the marketing of such services as transport, telecommunication, energy, and water supply. Now, state and union legislation. Here we will be understanding about state and union legislation. Some of the services are there which are being divided between the state and the union legislation. So, these services are established cooperation to supervise and control the marketing of such services. Now, those state and union are actually maintaining corporation. They are maintaining corporation, and with those with the help of those corporation only, those services are being maintained and provided. Now, those services comes the municipal corporation. They are also being providing services by giving us water, or you can say by cleaning the area, by taking out the garbage. So these are also a part of service. They are giving energy as well. Also the communication services, that are being provided by Airtel, Reliance. So these are all services. They are being operated by institutes. They are being operated by the government itself. So these are being divided among the union and the state legislation. So services are also being divided by the government, by the institute, by the union and state legislation which are under the government itself. I hope so you are clear regarding the service here. Professional services. Now we will be understanding about professional services. Professional services are primarily healthcare, engineering, law and management. The location of the recreational and entertainment services depends on the market. Multiplexes and restaurants might find location within or near the central business district. Now, professional services. What do you mean by the professional services? The professional services mainly comprise the healthcare. The healthcare is there, engineering is there, law is there, also the management. This comes under the professional services, and the location of the recreational and engineering services depends on the market. You see, if I talk about the professional services are being characterized by so many forms. First, location comes. First, the specialized services come. Now, if the services are helping the people, then people will be demanding those services first of all. And second of all, the location actually creates a demand among the people. If the service is near, then people will be going to those services. So these are all professional services. Now here professional services comes as an example of multiplexes and restaurants. So multiplexes and restaurants are also comprised to be as the professional services. Now here other salons are there, big salons are there. So these are also professional services. Now might find location near the central business district, very important. So most of the businesses must be near the central business district, means around the district only people will be getting those services. So location actually matters a lot. Here we will be understanding about informal and non-formal sector. Now what do you mean by informal and non-formal sector? Personal services are made available to the people to facilitate their work in daily life. The workers migrate from rural areas in search of employment and are unskilled. Now, personal services are made available to the people so that they can facilitate their work daily. On a daily basis, only those personal services are being provided to the people. Also, the workers migrate from rural areas in search of employment and unskilled. They are employed in domestic services as housekeeper, cooks and gardener. The segments of workers is unorganized. You see, if I talk about the non-formal sector and the informal sector, those are not at all unorganized. Those are not at all organized. They are under the unorganized sector first of all. And second of all, if I talk about those workers which were being migrated from the rural areas, they have temporary jobs. Sometimes they are also called to be as the seasonal employment. They are also called to be as a seasonal employment, those who have migrated from the rural areas and came to the city to search for the job. They actually find jobs so that they can earn something. These are also known as seasonal employment first of all. And also some of them are employed in the domestic services. Now what are those domestic services? Those domestic services are housekeepers, cooks and gardeners. So those come under the domestic services. The segment of workers is unorganized. One such example in India is Mumbai's Dabbawala service provided to 1,75,000 customers all over the world. Here one example I have given in India, it is in Mumbai. Mumbai's Dabbawala tiffin. You see in Mumbai, the tiffin services are very much common and those services are being provided to 1 lakh people. It can be per month also, or it can be per day also. Per day they may supply to nearly I can say 25,000 people to 30,000 people, but per month they can be 1,75,000. Maybe according to my conception, it can be approx 1,75,000 people they are providing services to the people. So these are the example of the non-formal sector and the informal sector. So here you see, if I talk about the personal service, here if I talk about the personal services, here the personal services are being provided by the individual itself to the people around first of all. And second of all, most of the people who are coming from the rural areas to urban areas to search for jobs, these are known as seasonal employment. This comes under the non-formal sector or the informal sector. So as we have come into this page, if you want to know more of the courses regarding our institute is opening new courses for high secondary, commerce and arts. Here, if you want to know more of the courses, you have to join the official WhatsApp group. Under the official WhatsApp group, there are daily class updates, important announcements, course details and notification, exam alerts and study map. And if you want to know more, you have to click the link on the description section. On the description section only, you will be clicking the link and you will be joining the official WhatsApp group. From the official WhatsApp group itself, you will be getting more important updates. And if you want to know more information, then you can contact us in this number 86283 91721. And thank you for watching my video.